They say that in the fall too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Ken, how did the group look on the first day? What stood out to you?
Group looked great. Guys has been here, flying around, competing like always, having fun. The OGs that's part of the team giving into the new guys, transfer portal guys, the freshmen that are practicing with us right now. So just instilling that culture and still flying around, having fun like we do as usual. So
Yeah,
I expect it.
You have a lot of experienced guys back on defense. Does that make it easier to kind of hit the ground running?
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does make it easier on both the coaches and ourselves, just to instill that culture into the new guys, because I like to consider ourselves a great team, and with a great team you have players that are on that team that instill the culture and hold up that standard along with the coaches, and I believe that we have that, and it just makes our defense that much easier to play for.
How are things different around here without Frank Harris and Rashad Wisdom in the locker room?
From a football standpoint, nothing different. We still have a lot of great playmakers that can fly around and compete to the ball. Those were like my closest friends though, so it's a little bittersweet watching them walk out the door. But that just goes to show that it's my time to lead this defense, just like last year, along with some other guys to step up. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, is it different for you personally? Not having Rashad in that room where he'd been that figurehead for a while?
Not really, because I believe that I was more so in a leadership role last year with me and Rashad. This year I'm still in that same role with me and Elliott. Me and Elliott are back there now at field and boundary safety, commanding the defense. So I don't think anything is different. Just a change in personnel, but our attitude and our moxie for the game is still the same. So.
Yeah, Coach Traylor was telling us you've always been kind of more of a quiet leader on this team. Is that sort of the lane you stay in, or do you try to get more vocal now?
I do tend to try to get more vocal. I've been working on that since about last year. I feel like I've seen some improvement since, almost a decade ago when I got here. I was more so the quiet guy, leading by example. Each year growing more vocal, leading by example and verbally. So I feel like I'm perfecting that right now.
How do you work on that? Is it just kind of reminding yourself to do it, or how do you get better?
Just reminding yourself to talk, getting out of your comfort zone. Like you said, I am kind of an introvert, so my comfort is not really speaking too much, but stepping out of that comfort zone to help your teammates is something that I always do. Just continue working on that more.
Coach Ray was just telling us he sees you and Oscar as being kind of similar in that way, both more quiet leaders who are kind of working on bringing out that other side. Do you see like a parallel there? What's your guys' plan?
Oh yeah, for sure. Me and Oscar have been here the same amount of time since 2019. We've seen it all. We've done it all. Now he's got to put it all together for the last year, and that includes both performing well personally and giving into your teammates. We're just in that position now where we're the big dogs, the OGs of the team, and everybody is looking at us for guidance. So we got to show them and we have to tell them.
What are you personally hoping to accomplish with this spring practice season?
Really just to get all the new guys that are with us back on our page, or right on our page. For myself, I would say working on more man technique. I feel like I was pretty good at man, but that could always be improved each year. But yeah, the main thing for me is just giving into the new guys that are here, the guys behind us.
It was interesting talking to Coach Trailer last week. He said he wants to be a little bit harder on the guys this year compared to last year. Is that something he's talked to the group about?
Yeah, he did mention that to us. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, he mentioned that to us early in the off season, and it has been a little more challenging, but nothing that the team couldn't handle and nothing that the team couldn't respond positively to. We all understood where he was coming from, and we're all on board with it.
Why make that change, or what does that do for the group?
I believe he made that change because of the start that we had this past year in 2023. We went 1-3, knowing that we were a much better team than a 1-3 team for the first 4 games. And a lot of the off-season training kind of simulates away games that we go to. So, just turn up the heat in the off-season training will give us that the capacity to perform well on the road, which is where a majority of our losses were during those first 4 games. So if we turn up the heat in the offseason, we should be good on the road this year.
What do you think it does for the new guys coming in here to step into an environment where it's maybe a little bit more intense like that?
Yeah, I feel like it could be challenging for them. I know it was challenging for them, but that's when guys like myself and Oscar have to give in to those guys and just show them the ropes and encourage them and give in to them and make sure that they're performing at the same standard that we are on. And it takes a couple of days, it takes a couple of weeks, but You know, just with constant passion and integrity, you know, we can help those guys out.
The conference released the full schedule last week. You guys finally know who and when you'll play. What are your thoughts on the schedule, and any games stand out to you?
It's an exciting game. It's an exciting schedule. I'm looking forward to it a lot. 2 bye weeks, I saw that. So I'm guessing everybody has a week 0 game. So that's new. I'm excited about that. Get to get it going early, start the season early. But yeah, we treat every game the same. We're looking forward to Kennesaw State August 31st. Yeah, so that's the forefront on my mind as far as the schedule.
Do you guys prefer that? Would you guys prefer to have 2 bye weeks during the season to kind of rest up and stuff?
I do like 2 bye weeks, yeah. I like having the bye week after your non-conference games just to get everything back reacquainted and get ready for the push of conference play. And halfway through conference play, a bye week would help as well. So I'm excited about that. I don't think I've had that since I've been here. Maybe in 2020 during COVID, but I haven't had 2 bye weeks before.
From an individual standpoint, what are you working on with your game? How do you want to try to get better from last year to this upcoming season?
Being more dominant in the passing game. I feel like in the run game, I was pretty solid, tackling a lot, filling the run, defeating blocks. Now I just need to make plays in the back end on deep balls, high pointing the ball, catching interceptions, breaking up on the ball, just staying with your man in routes and stuff like that. So I definitely have the capacity for that, and I'll be looking to improve on that this spring and summer and fall camp as well.
I know it's very early, but what do you think this team's capable of this year?
We're capable of a lot, as always. I can't really get into specifics right now, but we're just focused on one game at a time. So August 31st, whenever we play Kennesaw State, you'll see what we're capable of.